Good morning. We are now live.
All right, we're live. Jaden, can you let in our Chief Judge, please?
We'll admit her as soon as she is in the waiting room.
Jaden, what is it you just sent to the Chief Judge?
Could you please repeat that, miss?
Did you just send a link to the Chief Judge, Tamika?
No, I didn't. She has the link that was created, that was shared with everyone. Okay, Miss Bryce is now on.
Okay. Welcome, Chief Judge. Miss Bryce, can you make the scores, please? We've been waiting for so long.
before God and all mankind. I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart.
Jaden, we're having some noise in the background. Okay.
As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero. Being a hero requires great sacrifice for others. For others, not just ourselves. We learn about the heroes of
Miss,
Jamaica.
I think
Jaden.
playing, the video is playing for you.
In the nation we should to call home. They believed in a Jamaica that was more than just a country.
You know, I have to ask God to intervene this morning because I'm not quite sure what is going on. I believe that sometimes, you know, the devil can find time to play with people, but let us proceed. Miss Bryce, please present the scores. Wolmers girls and your Castle High. I'm not quite sure why we're having audio difficulties, but I understand it's coming from your camera. It's coming from your camera, Chief Judge. Yes.
Important, remember those words.
I don't have anything.
These words.
I don't have anything.
Jaden, please mute all microphones except the Chief Judge's mic.
All right, Miss Bryce, I don't know, maybe you may have the YouTube link open on a device because that's what we're hearing.
Oh my God. Are you hearing me now, Jadon?
Yes, without the noise. You can go ahead.
I'm really not sure what has been happening this morning. My apologies, judges or fellow judges, executive director, coaches. I have my Holy Bible here. Not sure what has happened. What has been happening, I was having a lot of technical difficulties. And as the executive director knows, an additional issue that I will not disclose. But my sincere apologies to Wolmers girls and York Castle. I am deeply, deeply sorry, sincerely sorry for the extended wait. I know you would have wanted your scores on the very day of the match 2 days ago, and we've asked you for an extension this morning on the time. I know your time is precious and the anxiety must be killing you. My sincere apologies on behalf of the National Tourism Debate. This, as a disclaimer, they have nothing to do with the lengthy time. This is just me as a chief judge. And again, my apologies. Without further ado, the other judges have given the scores and we have collated. But just before I get into that, just a few points on, I would like to mention just a few things that the team, or the young ladies and gentlemen from, young ladies from Wolmers and the one gentleman and Miss Dixon from York Castle spoke on. I'll start with Wolmers. The first speaker was Rihanna McDuffie. We believe rather, her arguments are very concise, very clear. She engaged the audience. Her style and stance was excellent. The level of research was evident. Even her opening statement was like a headline, I believe, from the Jamaica Glean, an article from 2019, where she spoke on high utility costs that have forced small hoteliers to close some of their rooms or to, close some of their facilities. She spoke as well on the $4 billion hotels account for $4 billion of energy use in Jamaica. And it would be very good if they would get a tax break right from that, notwithstanding the hotel incentive that they already have, the 10-year relief from income tax, GCT, and import duties. I believe she spoke as well on a JHTA article at approximately 75% of 134 small hoteliers are stifling on high utility costs imposed by not only Jamaica Public Service, but National Water Commission. And some have had to close because of this. The energy tax break, she posited, is crucial and will be more profitable if it is given. Our second speaker from Wolmers, Janor Samuels, rebutted the first speaker from York Castle as it relates to the tax breaks and tax. She said that tax breaks and tax revenue for the government would lower government spending. She presented sound arguments. Issuing a tax break would not be good, rather, for everyone in the sector, would be negative for everyone in the sector, but a tax break is needed. The third speaker from Wolmers spoke on the positive effects, the endless effects rather, and hotels or the hotel sector generates most of the revenue within our economy. I believe she actually gave a sum which is 4.5 billion that is garnered or earned from it. They bring in the most money, and as such, they certainly need a break. And the breaks would serve as a catalyst for economic growth. York Castle's first speaker, Mr. Christian Hamilton, he also had great evidence that he put forward from articles. I believe he spoke an article from the Jamaica Gleaner, Miss Alison Parrott, who blasted the government tax waiver system. He challenged the point that hoteliers should get an additional tax break because they've already been given the hotel incentive of the 10 years, that is. All right, he offered alternative solar energy, but there's no taxation on that. A second speaker from York Castle, which is also the third speaker, Miss Akelia Dixon. Very, very, very good arguments, very good gesture. Her style was amazing. She debated well. She made mention of the Honorable Edward Bartlett and his budget presentation and of 500 million, a little bit more than the year before. And as such, a sector is not in need of a tax break. As the third speaker, she reiterated her first speaker's arguments, and she spoke again on hotels like Grand Palladium and so forth that are using solar panels, and that switching to that would be more efficient or effective. And again, she reiterated that the hotels do not need the tax break because, again, they're already given a 10-year relief. As it relates to the rebuttals, Christian from York Castle, we believe excellent demolition or methodical demolition of the arguments put forward by Wolmers Girls. He rebutted the first speaker from Wolmers Girls that speaking on a tax break or giving a tax break is ludicrous. Hoteliers deserve a tax break, but if it is that we give them a tax break or remove tax breaks, the nation or the economy would crumble. He spoke as well on the second speaker, or he rebutted the second speaker from Wolmers Girls as it relates to the income tax rate that hotels are free from, and a reduction in government revenue to have it directed elsewhere would not be good for our economy. Advocating for tax break without a policy does not make any sense as he sees it. He basically rebutted Wolmers girl to say that they're putting forward that a tax break should be given. However, Wolmers girls did not put forward a policy as to how the tax break would work. York Castle believes that a tax break would not benefit our country, our citizens, our economy any at all. The only benefit would be to the hoteliers would therefore send their money back to their own country. Ms. Aaliyah Thompson in her rebuttal, again, excellent recognition of the arguments that were put forward here by all the speakers. Her methodical demolition was also excellent, right? She spoke on the fact that the first speaker from York Castle, she believes his opposition was weak. Hotels need more breaks. And she reiterated how the small hoteliers are crying out, regardless of the breaks already existing. She put forward that arguing renewable sources would put a dent in our economy or would even make it even worse because of the high interest rates that we would incur or accumulate. She rebutted the first speaker from York Castle to say that no definition of terms were made. There was no definitions any at all. And as judges, we agree that we didn't hear that, to be very honest. She's also positing that York Castle misinterpreted their second speaker in what she put forward as in what would be negative if everyone was given a tax break within the sector. That is not what they said, as per Ms. Thompson. So she made mention of that. And she believes that it would be more suitable and efficient if there would be a tax break given for the hoteliers, registered hoteliers. So those are just the notes that were made. And to be very honest and frank, coaches, you did a remarkable job. The competition, this match was very, very, very difficult to judge. Both teams put forward sound arguments. They did a lot of research and it was very evident. They debated well, their style, the gestures, everything that came across, we believe as judges was an excellent match. And as such, we deliberated for a lengthy period. Again, apologies for that because it was so good. Both teams were excellent. The display of debate skills that were put forward was remarkable.
And York Castle, Chief Judge, I just wanted to make mention that York Castle had two speakers and one speaker spoke twice. So right. I find that commendable, and she kept her pace at all times.
She did, to be very honest, and she spoke as if when she came on again as a third speaker, she spoke as if, okay, I am a third speaker, never spoke before, and she did a remarkable job, to be very honest, and her voice, her pose, gesture, amazing. So good job, York Castle, on that, in that respect. And again, very, very hard match, judge, but we have to, of course, have a winner. And the winner for this competition, or this match rather, in the competition is Wolmers girls with 1,015 points, York Castle 924 points. So as you see, it really was a very close match. Congratulations, Wolmers girls. Congratulations, York Castle. You gave it a really, really good fight. Both teams did exceptionally well, and you should be proud of yourselves. And additional to that, the best speaker for this match is Miss Aaliyah Thompson from Wolmers girls. So congratulations, both teams. And again, apologies for the very lengthy delay of delivering your scores. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Chief Judge. We are happy that we waited the length that we did. I want to congratulate both schools. And as I have said, please do not move away from the competition. We have a lot in store. As you can see, we're moving in studio, and we want to get an opportunity to speak to the participants and the speakers and the coaches. We want to speak to the coaches about how you research the information and show the hard work that was placed in it. So it's not the end. We want to thank our production assistant, Jaden Hewitt, for giving such a good job. We are happy that you're coming off the Zoom network, because it can be challenging and it's sort of difficult and lengthy. So this is an opportunity now for us to move in studio with our students, and they can get that sort of a facility that is needed. And of course, our production team. We want to thank our adjudicators, Mrs. Nadine Spence, as well as Dominique Shaw of the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce, and our Chief Judge, Ms. Tamika Bryce, attorney at law. And thank you, our coaches, for doing such a good job. This is the final match in the quarterfinals. When next you see us, we will be face to face, and there will be no technical difficulties. Until next